West Plains for a varsity football game. They did it 2 years ago. They got to experience that. So everything they're encountering in this 2022 season, they've been through, whether it's the long road trip to West Plains, whether it's a difficult game against a team like Kickapoo. They've been through it. It feels like each of these games this season has had its own little flavor. You go down to Rolla where they shoot off fireworks in celebration of the Laker win. You have a crazy game at Kickapoo. Every game just seems like a new kind of thing. And what I said at the very beginning when we were at the Jamboree, if this Lakers squad wants to make some noise in the playoffs, they are going to have to improve from week 1 to week 10. And so far they've shown that. Bear Shores decision-making, their overall playmaking, if they can stay away from the injury bug, this team will just continue to get better and be hitting on all cylinders when the right time comes.
Remember how much of a dominating win it was for the Lakers in week 1 down at Rolla, Luke, but that was a ball game where the Laker offense was given a very advantageous field position all night. Take nothing away, they capitalized, but it was like, okay, let's see what happens when their backs are against the wall. Cue Kickapoo. Lakers down 3 touchdowns. They come back in the second half, win it in the fourth quarter, and they show, okay, we've got an ability to come back and score points when your backs are against the wall. And then last week against West Plains, I thought it was the entire body of work. You had timely turnovers, tremendous blocking up front. You ran the ball well. You threw the ball well. You made big throws on third down. You made big throws inside the red zone, and you made timely stops when you had to do it. And that was coming off a 3-hour trip to West Plains.
Yeah, and it's the amount of guys who stepped up. It seems like each week we're featuring another guy who's really kind of making a play in all phases. Last week it was Reese Waters making plays defensively, special teams, and on the offense. Big time plays, game-changing plays that wound up leading to a Lakers win. It'll be interesting to see who steps up tonight if we see a new cast of characters joining in. And other thing that's impressed me about this team, Brendan, is when you think about the Camden Lakers, the recent Camden Lakers, with the Purple Tide 5 wide, you didn't feel like they were very diverse. You didn't feel like the offense was very multiple. That really was kind of a one-trick pony. You got a couple screens here, some stuff there, whatever. But with Bear Shore's ability to run the ball with his legs, it adds a dimension to this offense, and it forces teams to make a decision. They can't just cover you. If they're going to sit back and cover you, they're going to run the ball on you, and that's kind of the version of the power running game right now. That while at the same time, when they get in short yardage, things like that, I don't know if you can necessarily rely on that, but it's just an element to this team to make this offense multiple, and the defense has just been lights out. The speed and athleticism on the defensive side of the football has shown out week in, week out, and that can only continue to improve.
Well, Luke, on this homecoming night here on the Summit Natural Gas pregame show, on this homecoming night where the Lakers debut a new inflatable hog for the Lakers to run through at the start of the ball game, I think it's apropos that we give a strong shout out to those Hoggies on the offensive line. Parr's going to mention that coming up in our conversation later on here in the Summit Natural Gas pregame show, because those guys have made it a lot easier for Bear and Camdenton to run the football. It's made it easier for Bear to stand back there or, let the pocket sort of move with him as he rolls out. That rolling pocket, I think, is significant. But shouting out guys like Gunnar Morris, our pregame guest last week, Joshua Curley, Garrett Hilton, Gabe Norton, Jackson Scott, Logan Wheat steps in there and plays very well when called upon as well. That group, I think, deserves significant recognition here for the glamorous stats that guys like Bear and Cam and Hewlett and all these guys are putting up week in and week out. It starts with that offensive line as one of the Lakers' finest 5-man fronts that we've seen in a long time.
Yeah, the cohesion there, the continuity, the communication, to be able to, especially when the Lakers are really humming, when the Lakers are running that tempo and they're getting up to line of scrimmage and they're ripping off several plays in a row, to be able to communicate as a 5-man unit, to kind of talk to each other, let each other know what the other guy's doing, know whose assignment is who's assigned to block what. All that stuff has to happen in an instant when you're getting up to the line of scrimmage and when the Lakers are really humming, really moving the football. it's all 11 guys, and especially those 5 up front, and they've been doing a great job opening up holes and keeping our quarterback safe.
Keeping the quarterback safe. And like I said, a real coming out party for Bear last week. Big game for Camdenton. Cam's going to be our guest later on in the pregame show, later on here in the Summit Natural Gas pregame show. Undefeated against 1-4. And I don't want to call this a trap game, but this Bolivar team, they've played their best against some of the best opponents they've seen so far this year. Luke, now they've gotten blown out by Lebanon. They blew out Parkview themselves, but they played last week Glendale close. They played West Plains close at the start of the year. They're a puzzling group, but their defense has shown that they can provide problems if you're not careful. Something to watch out tonight.
Yeah, they like I said, they graduated a lot of seniors off the squad. They're not quite the team they were a couple years ago, but that game against Glendale is one that anytime we face a team that's already played Glendale, you know how they're gonna, if they're able, they were able to kind of curtail that offense a little bit and be able to slow them down enough to keep it a ball game, and it wasn't a complete blowout as you mentioned. The ability to cover the passing game like that will shows me that this Bolivar defense is willing and able to take on the type of offense that Camden's going to bring in tonight. But it's just a matter of those little wrinkles, those little adjustments, those little difference in this offense to see what the Lakers can do tonight.
And we're going to see more of a 4-man defensive front defensively for the Lakers. Luke, we'll see Gabe Norton fan a little bit more to the outside. Big get with Jacoby Coleman returning to the middle of that defensive line, Luke. He didn't play last week, and at times, I think we certainly noticed that, especially early in the ball game. West Plains, they were able to put some lengthy drives together. But that defensive, just like the Lakers' offensive line, this defensive line has played extraordinarily well, and it's allowed really anybody that's playing linebacker the ability to make some plays. They deserve a ton of credit as well. And Coleman's return tonight is certainly something that needs to be noted.
Yeah, and for a guy like Parkman who's playing linebacker back there, not the biggest guy in the world, it's important for those guys up front to take up those blockers. They almost act as blockers for the linebackers back there, but occupying those offensive linemen for the opposing offense is a huge part of what they do. And the ability to keep, the number of guys that they kind of rotate in and out of there has really been a strength for this team. So you go from a 3-man front to a 4-man front. Maybe you kind of take advantage a little bit of that depth that you kind of already have on your squad and kind of use it to your advantage here against a team like Bolivar. And tonight's going to be a good night. It's homecoming, lots of stuff going on. The band's going to play in the pregame. You'll have the halftime, the homecoming festivities at halftime. But there is still a football game to play tonight, and it's against a team that comes in when maybe not the best record, but you still got to stay focused. And tonight's another chance to take another step forward and show that you've improved in various areas of the football field. And I'm just looking forward to see what those things are tonight.
And if you're coming here tonight, folks, you're still on your way, and you're hoping to see the Pride of the Lake Marching Band. They perform pregame. Yep. They are not at halftime tonight. Pregame 22 minutes for the Pride of the Lake Marching Band. So if that is on your itinerary tonight, folks, you have got to get to Bob Shore Stadium ASAP. They are the Pride of the Lake, the Pride of the Lake Marching Band on Bob Shore Stadium's field here in just a few short minutes. With that being said, here in the Summit Natural Gas pregame show, Luke, we're in the Kenny Carroll Excavating broadcast booth. KB, third member of our broadcast team, he is down on the sidelines. His updates brought to you by LensMart Optical HMI Fireplace Shop for the first time tonight. A big hi and hello to KB.
Guys, Brendan, I heard you mention the fact that a lot of things take place up front in order for Bear Shore to be able to get the kind of yardage and do what he's able to do. Now, in the pros, the quarterback normally buys the linemen watches or dinner or things like that. Obviously, you can't do that on the high school level. I don't know. Maybe you can. But you don't think that Shore and Dernan and some of the other guys aren't grateful to have those hoggies up front blocking for them. And another thing I noticed this year is something when they first started doing this spread offense was the receivers weren't used to blocking, and now they've really made this a part of what they do when they're out there. I mean, some of these short passes, but certainly when, it's a quarterback option play and these guys see the quarterback running, they turn around and they block, and they do a darn good job of it. So hats off to everybody on that offense who makes it possible for Bear Shore more to accumulate the kind of yards he's accumulated this year. And I got to tell you guys, you got, again, a team that has won 4 of the last 5 games on the road, and that is so very impressive. And I think you really have to look at that and say it makes a difference when you do get home. Certainly you don't want to get too comfortable. Tonight's homecoming, you're playing in front of your home fans. And I hope the folks out there listening that are still able to get here tonight, because this team has worked extremely hard on offense, defense, and on special teams to get where they are. And I think we've really watched the team evolve as a whole. And you want to take the opportunity to thank these young men for the hard work that they put in. And I know in talking with some of the coaches, that's exactly what they've done this year. They put in a lot of work during camp and some mini camps and getting in the weight room and really making a difference, because they understand how important it is. Certainly seniors do, but I think this group as a whole, and it's how you feel about it, but I think that they've melded, they've gelled so very well this year. And even in opportunities where guys might get injured, they have to come out for a play, or they might have to come out for the game in order to take a little of the pressure off and be able to come back hopefully in a week or two. A lot of the guys that come in for them have stepped up, and I think that's so very important to see as well. These guys understand and realize as they all kind of crowd around me to get some water here, what is necessary in order to play this game, that you can be called on at any point to do the job, and that is, again, so very important. Beautiful night for football here in Camdenton, Missouri. Homecoming for the Lakers, and what a great night. Again, I believe we'll get an opportunity to see the Pride of the Lake Marching Band. Great to have them here. Cheerleaders, dance squad, student section, all of these fans, alumni have a tendency to want to come back. And I had actually a question for, and of course, turn around here. Number 10 is back with us tonight.
You gotta believe it.
Here. We're glad to see you, buddy. It's hard to stand on the sidelines and watch the game.
It is. I don't like it, but, I'm 1 week down, and I'm here now, so ready to play and play hard.
Knock him out, brother. It's no pressure, by the way.
I hope not.
And I want to just thank, of course, all the great sponsors that we've got doing the sideline thing. We've got Linsmart Optical with the sideline reports. And then, of course, we have HMI Fireplace Shop that sponsor the Van Calves. But I got this really cool shirt. Robert Christensen called me today, and he said, I got something for you. And I thought maybe he was going to give me some homemade beef jerky or something. But no, I stopped by Watson Company in Camdenton, Watson Company Boutique, and they put together this really, really, really nice shirt that I have on, and I want to thank them so much for this. Of course, Mom, Dad, Brittany Watson, and Jasmine as well, and we're going to be watching number 76, Sol Christensen, out there tonight. But we've got a lot of folks that made this happen, and I just wanted to say thank you very, very much. A heartfelt thank you to the folks at Watson Company. You can find them online, on Facebook, all kinds of great places. And also, they're going to be at the Apple Festival tomorrow in booth 786. I don't know how I knew that. It just kind of came to me. But thank you to Watson Company. Great work. Very, very, very proud to wear this tonight. And thank you so much for the nice surprise. Gentlemen, we'll throw it back up to you. We've got about 45 minutes or so before we kick things off. It's going to be a great night. If you can get here, get here. If you're listening someplace in the area, in the state, in the country, around the world, as I love to say, and so many people do, go Lakers!
KB, let's talk later on in this pregame about home versus road. This Laker team tested on the road.
Yes.
Now an opportunity to bank some victories at home.
Let's hope so.
KB on the sidelines brought to you by Linsmart Optical, HMI Fireplace Shop. This is the Summit Natural Gas pregame show, and as always, a very busy 60 minutes. Well, we've got closer to 45 minutes now before kickoff against the visiting Bolivar Liberators. Coming up next here on the Summit Natural Gas pregame show, we visit with Mr. Everything. He does it all. He kicks, he catches, he quarterbacks, he plays defense. Oh, and he plays baseball as well. Camdenton is our guest here in the Summit Natural Gas pregame show. Coming up next, it's Camdenton Laker football, powered by Poly Lift Boat Lifts, 93.5 Rocks the Lake, and KRMS TV.
Community College are free for students to by for free, reduced lunches, www.sfccmo.edu/dual credit or call 660-530-5833.
When you're ready for a remodel, DKB Showroom is the place to start. You'll be amazed at the size and quality of selections we have to start your project. And with decades of design and plumbing expertise, no job is too big or too small for DKB. Call and schedule your appointment today. At DKB Showroom, we do kitchens and baths better. See our beautiful showroom in Osage Beach or visit dkbshowroom.com.
Somerset Boat Lifts makes it easy.
Boating season is upon us, and Somerset Boat Lifts wants to make sure you're ready. They offer a full range of Duratec boat lifts, the most durable and technologically advanced boat lifts on the market, all expertly installed and serviced by the team at Somerset. Check out their range of products at somersetboatlifts.com or call 573-348-5073. Let Somerset Boat Lifts help you make boating better.
SomersetBoatLifts.com.
Family friendly, affordable, and open to the public. Just 3 ways to describe the Trophy Room at Old Kinderhook. The Trophy Room has been serving families affordable and delicious meals for years, and everyone is welcome. And they've got something for everyone in your family too, with prime rib specials on Friday and Saturday nights, and a great kids menu for your little ones. Book your reservation at opentable.com or call the Trophy Room at 573-317-3560.
Hey, Sammy, can you hand me my backpack there? My backpack. Thank you. Can you hear okay, Luke?
love to hit. It's kind of when someone asks me what my hobby is, it's I would have to say it's something that I can go do to pretty much relieve stress or do anything. It's kind of my therapy a little bit.
Are you taking swings in the cage every day?
Not right now.
Okay.
I usually have a little bit of a break during the football season, but during the winter I'll start back up again.
Now, I have to ask you, Cam, before we say goodbye, Cardinal guy or Royals guy or something else?
I'm a Cardinals guy. My dad was from St. Louis, so we are Cards fans.
Good to hear. I imagine, like us, last week, as we were leaving West Plains, you might have had a chance to hear Albert pick up number 700.
Oh, yeah. Yep, definitely did.
It was a fun night with a Laker win and number 5 picking up number 700 and Cam Durnan, a big part of this Camdenton Laker team as they get set to get homecoming underway in just a few minutes. Cam, I really appreciate you taking a few minutes with us. We've sure enjoyed watching you play, and we look forward to the remainder of the season coming up.
Thank you, sir. Thanks again for having me on.
Simply the best barbecue at the lake. It's Wobbly Boots, voted best barbecue for more than 10 years in a row. Wobbly Boots Roadhouse is serving a
little test here.
Barbecue with perfectly smoked wings,
Test,
ribs,
1, 2.
salads, sandwiches, burgers,
like it.
and more.
1, 2.
And
1,
great
2.
lunch specials every weekday. Dine inside and catch the game, or order online and pick it up to go. Located just off Passover Road in Osage Beach. Wobbly Boots. Food's so good, it'll knock your boots off.
Welcome to Top Deck, your lake area's #1 resource for your deck life. We offer top quality products for sale and installation of polymer and composite decking. Top Deck is your authorized dealer for Madden Metals, aluminum handrail, and screen enclosures. Expand your outdoor living space with
Luke,
deck
you bringing us
drainage
back?
system. Add beautiful lighting to your deck, handrail, hardscape, or your dock with decor lighting. Check us out on Facebook or give Top Deck a call at 866-DECK-IT-OUT and make an appointment to view our showroom in Camdenton right across the street from McDonald's on Highway 54. That's 866-DECK-IT-OUT.
The Motor Hut is a full-service lawn and garden store specializing in repair, parts, and sales. Check out their steel, Gravely, Grasshopper, and Husqvarna products. There are always special deals on landscaping, garden, and outdoor equipment. The Motor Hut, home of lawn equipment, sales and service,
Foundation
with a staff
staff
that
is mostly what I'm
understands
gonna do.
all aspects of
That's
the
cool.
business.
I'm actually not on the board of the foundation anymore, but I'm still working with them doing stuff. I can talk about it. It's no problem.
TheMotorHut.com. But
Because that was what Gillies, that event's coming up.
346-6110.
Well, Elegant Evening will be, in April.
Hi, this is Katie with Royal Heating and Air.
Yeah, I think it's coming up next year.
Weather can be unforgiving on your heating and cooling system.
In my mind, there was something coming up this fall that we had to get
offers
to
a
early.
variety of bright heating
and I may not know. Because like I said, I've been on the board. When you're on it so many years, you have to take a year off. So this is my off year, and I'll probably be back on next year.
480-4313 or find us
Summit
online.
Natural Guys
Royal
pregame.
Heat and Air.
Look around Lakerland.
Royal Heating and
Econ all
Air, the
this.
king of comfort and Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems, whatever it takes.
Purple, to you, it's Laker football on 93.5 Rocks.
And we're going to welcome you back to Bob Shore Stadium where the Camdenton Lakers take on the Bolivar Liberators. This is the Summit Natural Gas pregame show. I'm Luke Hagedorn. Joining me here on the pregame on our little look around Lakerland brought to you by Econolift is his honor, Mr. Matt Hamner.
Evening, Luke. How's it going tonight?
Thanks for coming by tonight. I know you've been on the show before, but let's make sure everybody knows all the details. Former Hoggy, former Truman the Tiger. Now you're a circuit judge here at the Lake of the Ozarks. Still involved in the Laker community, whether it's the Alumni Foundation or the Alumni Association or the Education Foundation. Various different things that you support our community in. But the first things I got to ask you: how are things in the Hamner household after the big rivalry week that we had last week? The big West Plains game is always an interesting one in your family, I'm sure.
It always is. My beautiful bride, Sherry, is a graduate from West Plains High School. And so every year, since Camdenton's been in the Ozark Conference and we have that matchup with West Plains, it's rivalry week in our house. And we don't say quite as much to each other as we usually do. There may be a little trash talking that occurs, but it's always in good fun. And she's certainly gotten the better of me the last few years, and it was pretty satisfying to get one up on her this year, that's for sure.
So what's going on? Like I said, this is our kind of look around Lakerland. Anything big coming up around town that you're involved in?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just excited football's here. And I think the whole community is excited about the band and the football team and all the sports we got going on, volleyball, tennis, Joe Beth Nicholas and her girls golf team. They've got districts coming up next weekend.
Yeah, won a couple big match today.
Mm-hmm.
We were going to visit with her, but of course the band's getting ready to play a little early here, and she has a special interest in what's going on out there with Curtis, of course, as one of the drum majors.
Absolutely. You can't. She's a mom first, and so she wanted to be out there supporting Curtis, and so I told her, even though I'm not as pretty, I was more than happy to come up here and hang out with you for a few minutes.
Yeah, glad to have you up here for sure. This band show it's incredible what this band has become over the years. Their ability to go travel all over and compete at the highest level, and then just to see the full show tonight. This will be the first night Laker fans get to see the full show, and with all the props and the costumes and everything.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And the amazing thing to me about the band and really all the programs at Camdenton now, compared to when we were in school, is what a commitment it is by these kids. When we were in school, you could do 3 or 4 different activities. You could play football. You could still be in the band. You could be a cheerleader. You could do all the various things that you wanted to do. But now these kids in this band, they're getting up so early in the morning. They're putting in, 6 a.m. days, 4 days a week, and they're doing all this work. It takes so much commitment and so much effort on their part, and it shows when they go out on the field and they play and they do what they do. It really shows how much dedication they have to it. And I'm just, as a parent who has 2 kids in school now, I'm just super excited to see everything that these kids can pull off.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time. Joe Beth is kind of the one that said it to me originally, and has really kind of stuck with me. If you want to be a part of something, a part of a good program at Camdenton, opportunities are there, whether it's sports, music, academics. There's something there for you, and it's not just a partial program. It's a fully invested in program with great instructors and teachers there to really take you to the next level.
Absolutely, and that's one of the things that the Education Foundation and the Athletic Boosters and the Alumni Association and all the various organizations that we've built around the school, that they contribute to. Our goal is to help provide the resources and give these kids the things they need to do these incredible things that they do on the field, off the field, in the classroom, and then going on to college and going on to whatever careers that they go into, and just being amazing. This is a community that supported me and gave me so much support as I was coming up through Camdenton, and then on to school, and then on to becoming, now judge, and all the support they've given me, and it's a chance for me and the other people to give back to these kids and give them the same opportunities.
And we're proud of you, Matt, and everything you've done, and the fact that you've come back to be a part of this community, such a vital part of this community. Real quick before you let you go, I did hear you on the air with Mike Anthony recently talking about a back-to-back award that the local judicial system basically won. Is that the best way to describe it?
Yeah, it is. Our juvenile court, juvenile cases is some of the most important things we do. We've got lots of young kids and parents that, need the help with the judicial system. And we have over 420 kids in care right now. And so a lot of parents and kids that we're helping. And part of the requirements under the juvenile law is that we have a certain amount of hearings in a timely manner. Processing cases timely is one of the things that helps the most in getting those cases resolved. And the permanency award has been awarded for 16 years. Our circuits received it every year. And what it basically means is that we did 1,500 juvenile hearings last year, and we did every single one of them on time.
That's awesome, man. We appreciate everything you do. Again, glad you're part of this community. It's almost like you never left, but always glad to see you here on Friday nights. And again, best wishes to your wife after last week. Hoping things cool there. Now we can all root going forward, especially since the Zizzers and the Lakers aren't in the same classification. We won't have to meet in the playoffs or anything.
That's right, because we're not in the same class. Once the playoffs start, it's okay for us to root for our respective teams.
I'm Luke Hagdorn, that's Matt Hamner. Matt, Your Honor, anything you have to say to Laker fans before you go?
Everybody have a good time tonight. It's a beautiful night at the stadium. Come out and support your Lakers. It's a great time. Go Lakers.
Stay tuned for more on the Summer Natural Gas pregame show on your home for Camden Laker football, KRMS TV, and 93.5 Rocks the Lake.
Property damages, lost lives, horrible losses caused by floods can be minimized or prevented. DRIPS LLC believes the best way to prevent human suffering is through a fast and simple, stress-free barrier system. One 5-connected bag system replaces 750 regular sandbags and can be set up and filled in place by 2 men in less than 10 minutes. That's 200 times faster deploy than regular sandbags. Not only are our Big Bags USA barrier systems easy to lengthen and stack, but they conform to all types of terrain. Now is the time to implement a cost-saving, efficient deployment barrier plan and method. It's never too early to be prepared. Request a free quote today by calling 800-337-0537.
Purchasing a boat is a pretty big investment, and when you purchase a Rough Water dock, you're protecting that investment for years to come. Rough Water Dock has been your trusted dock builder at the lake for over 30 years, specializing in custom docks that are built to withstand the rough waters of the Lake of the Ozarks. Rough Water is a full-service dock builder offering commercial construction, dock additions, swim docks. They're Amarin certified and fully insured. Rough Water Dock, the peace of mind you want and the protection you need.
Inundated with direct mail and robocalls for Medicare health plans? Confused by changing rules and options? That's why it's important to have a licensed insurance agent you can depend on.
Guardian Insurance Group worked with us to find the coverage that suit our specific needs. They stay in contact to make sure we're using all our benefits.
At Guardian Insurance, we have the knowledge, the experience, and the passion to help you through your Medicare health plan needs.
Give us a call or visit GuardianGroupMo.com. Inundated with direct mail and robocalls for Medicare health plans? Confused by changing rules and options? That's why it's important to have a licensed insurance agent you can depend on.
Guardian
highlights are brought to you by Stover Carpet and Drapery. Second goal from the 7. Play action. Simpson feeling some pressure. Is he going to go down? Is he going to go down? You better believe it, he is. Down to the 27-yard line, Tommy McElroy. Another Oak Star Bank played a bank on, and the Scissors are thrown for a huge loss.
What a great job by number 9. Gets across the line, sets his sight on the quarterback, and he will not give up. Puts him into the ground.
On the left hash on 1st and 10. Bears going to hook up with Reese Waters, turning it down the sideline. First down and more to the 40. Reese Waters to midfield. Reese Waters cuts it back again. Reese Waters could go all the way to the 15, 10. Reese to the 5. Reese tackled from behind, short of the goal line. It'll bring up 1st and goal. Goal to go from the 1. Bear short takes it right up the middle. Bear rumbles in, and the Lakers are on the board first. It's 6-0, a minute 55 to go in the first quarter. Bear wants to go deep down the right sideline. Man coverage, turning around to make the catch. At the 21-yard line is Edson, and it's 1st and 10 in business again. Red zone on the slant. Bear connects. Touchdown, Lakers. Hayes Hewlett puts the Lakers back out on top.
And the speedy Hewlett just goes across the middle of the West Plains defense, catches that ball, and the Lakers take the lead back with 7 minutes, 5 seconds left in the half.
Good snap, good hold. The kick is going to be long enough. The kick is good. Camdenton, a 41-yard field goal, gives the Lakers a 10-point lead. It's 17-7. Bear surveying deep down the field, down the sidelines, connects. That's going to be enough for a first down to Reese Waters. He does it again. Looking for a signal.
Lakers are signaling touchdown, but the
touchdown. There it is. There it is. The White Hat says touchdown. The Lakers go back up by 2 possessions. 2nd and 11 for the Scissors. Still waiting for the first second to run off the clock here. Screen fired far side, caught. And then the ball pops out, and the Lakers are going to have it. The Lakers are going to have the football.
Jabari Stewart coming up big, ripping that ball out.
Take the handoff, throw over the middle, and it's almost picked, and it is picked by Reese Waters. Another bobble, once, twice. Reese has it this time. Flick forward in motion, right, low snap again. Cam wants to throw on the run, deep down the right sideline. Hayes Hewlett makes the catch inside the 5. First down and goal to go for the Lakers, and Luke had that thing spotted from the beginning. Bear takes the snap, straight up the middle, lowers his shoulder. Bear, touchdown Lakers. 2:50 to go in the ball game, and the Lakers may have just sealed this thing up in southern Missouri. The clock winds down. The Laker fans below us cheer in approval of their now 5-0 Camdenton Lakers. They come down to West Plains and beat the Scissors soundly, 31-14. Laker highlights have been brought to you by Stover Carpet and Drapery, a family-owned business located on Highway 54 in Camdenton. Call 573-346-2208.
Stover Carpet and Drapery carries only the best carpet, vinyl, ceramic tile, and wood flooring. Do you know where to start with purchasing basic floor covering? It's simple. Just spend a few minutes with the experts at Stover Carpet in their showroom. Before you go, or while you're headed to Stover's, make mental notes on prices, trends, and styles. The experts at Stover Carpet can educate you about installation and cleaning. Find out where the difference begins at an Ozark family-owned original, Stover Carpet and Drapery on Highway 54 in Camdenton.
Attention parents, the State Fair Community College is your source for dual credit courses. Taking dual credit courses means your high school student can earn college credit at a significant discount. In fact, dual credit courses at State Fair Community College are free for students who qualify for free or reduced lunches. Get a jump on college, save big in tuition. Enroll your student in dual credit courses at State Fair Community College. Visit www.sfccmo.edu/dual credit or call 660-530-5833.
Your roof's becoming a problem. Call Ellerman Roofing. He'll deal with the owner personally. He'll oversee your project from the first appointment to final cleanup. We all want honest, dependable, and consistent, so call Ellerman Roofing. You'll always get a fair price. Contact Ellerman Roofing, a division of Kimes Corp., LLC, for all your commercial or residential roofing needs. Call 573-348-3553 today.
When it's time for a new lift, it's time for Econolift. Family owned and proudly made right here in the USA. Econolift boat hoists are built with totally enclosed polyethylene tanks and durable galvanized metal parts for more stability in high traffic water. All wear points are protected with polyethylene or nylon bushings so your boat lift lasts longer too. Add a lifetime warranty on the tanks and you'll see why Econolift boat hoists are the most dependable yet affordable lifts available today. And simply the best. Econolift on Old Route 5 in Camdenton or online at econolift.com.
It's the original home for Laker football, 93.5 Rocks.
Homecoming here at Bob Shore Stadium. What a performance moments ago by the Pride of the Lake Marching Band. Incredible. They performed in pregame tonight, folks. If you haven't seen them yet, you're going to have to be here. And I think there's just a couple of performances in the football games left. So get out here to Bob Shore Stadium. Enjoy some football and the Pride of the Lake Marching Band. This is the Summit Natural Gas pregame show. There are countless ways you can use natural gas. Find out more by visiting summitnaturalgas.com. Let's take a look at our weather forecast tonight, brought to you by Royal Heating and Air, the kings of comfort. Beautiful, mostly clear skies here in Camdenton. Temperatures will be dropping into the mid to lower 60s as we go throughout the game tonight, maybe into the 50s by the time we are done here. But the sun setting off to our left, current temperature 68 fabulous degrees here in Camdenton. That weather forecast brought to you by Royal Heating and Air. Well, let's go over to our BG Tree Service Score Center for the first time tonight. Sammy Stava has his eye on some big out-of-market games. He'll be watching and filling you in all night long. Sammy, take it away.
Yes, thank you, Brendan. Week 6 of the high school football season is here, and happy homecoming at Camdenton. But elsewhere in the Ozark Conference tonight, number 4 Lebanon is hosting Glendale in a big one. That's Lebanon's first really big test of their season. Meanwhile, West Plains is at Kickapoo. Let's see how the Zizzers respond after their first loss of the season to Camdenton. Locally, Osage is at Hallsville. In Class 5's number 5, Webb City is hosting Willard. I'm Sammy Stava from the BG Tree Service Score Center. Back to Brendan and Luke.
Thank you, Sammy. Yes, some big games we've got our eyes on. Yeah, like Sammy said, the first real true test for Lebanon tonight against Glendale, and Sammy will be watching that for us all night long in the BG Tree Service Score Center. Folks, visit bgtreellc.com to view 10 reasons why you should choose BG Tree Service for your next project and to request a quote. This is the Summit Natural Gas pregame show. We talk it over with assistant coach Par Pitts coming up next. Counting you down about 15 minutes away, Camdenton and Bolivar here, 93.5 Rocks the Lake, and watching it live on KRMS TV.
Drift away with the Driftwood Spa and Salon at Margaritaville. Start with some basic facial skin treatments to a variety of body massage treatments, or choose from 8 different spa packages to discover the perfect combination of services to relax, rejuvenate, and refresh your mind, body, and spirit. Call for an appointment, 573-348-3535.
Hi, this is Shelley from the Driftwood Spa and Salon at Margaritaville. We are located in the Driftwood building next to the indoor pool, and our new salon is directly across the street. Come drift away with us.
WP Controls manufactures the most user-friendly and convenient boat lift controllers on the market right here at the Lake of the Ozarks. Great for weekenders and full-time residents. They're designed to view and control your lift from any device, from anywhere. Imagine operating your lift on your way home from a day on the lake, so it's ready when you get there. Features include built-in camera, easy-to-use touchscreen, internet and Bluetooth-enabled remote control app, programmable receptacles for dock accessories, and instant text notification of any lift movement. Visit WPControlsLLC.com.
Attention parents, State Fair Community College is your source for dual credit courses. Taking dual credit courses means your high school student can earn college credit at a significant discount. In fact, dual credit courses at State Fair Community College are free for students who qualify for free or reduced lunches. Get a jump on college, save big in tuition. Enroll your student in dual credit courses at State Fair Community College. Visit www.sfccmo.edu/dual credit or call 660-530-5833.
When you're ready for a remodel, DKB Showroom is the place to start. You'll be amazed at the size and quality of selections we have to start your project. And with decades of design and plumbing expertise, no job is too big or too small for DKB. Call and schedule your appointment today. At DKB Showroom, we do kitchens and baths better. See our beautiful showroom in Osage Beach or visit dkbshowroom.com.
It's the original home for Laker football, 93.5 Rocks.
We continue on the Summit Natural Gas pregame show, and we get to talk to Par Pitts as we're closing in on kickoff here, 93.5 Rocks the Lake, KRMS TV. Par, how are you?
Doing great.
Appreciate a couple of minutes, as last week was maybe that seminal moment. Not that you guys weren't already filled with that confidence, but you get that validation, right? Does it sort of feel that way when you get to go down, you make that long trip, and you beat a team like West Plains?
Yeah, it takes a lot of effort and preparation to be able to go on the road on that long of a trip and beat a really quality opponent that we've had, sort of struggles with over the last, 6 or 7 years. So, it was a great Friday night for us. The kids were excited. The coaching staff was excited about the way we played, and were able to rise to the occasion. It was a great win.
What about that team is difficult to go up against, Par? I mean, you guys, it appeared like you were able to really kind of dictate tempo and really win that battle at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're a physical team, and that's probably the area that they've improved on and been the most consistent at, is their physicality. And I thought we were able to match and really and overpower that physicality, like you said, with our tempo and our speed and just our ability to do a lot of different things. We can run the football out of the empty set, and we can throw the ball deep. We can throw our screen game. We can do a lot of different things, which puts people kind of sort of chasing the next play. And I felt like that's what we were able to do.
And Par, with this offense, and it's always sort of like we talked about going up against a team like Waynesville, that they're going to play a man defense across the board, or a team like West Plains, they're going to drop a ton of guys back in coverage. And not to say it's been solved, but you guys have put it out there now where it doesn't really matter what kind of defense is played against you, whether Bear stands back there and picks you apart throwing the ball, or Bear and Camdenton, a combination of the two, they're able to run the football out of that empty set. Have you guys now established that no matter the defense, you have the weapons to answer a defense?
Yes, I think that, and that starts up front. We've got to be able to control the line of scrimmage from the offensive standpoint, to be able to give us time to throw the ball and to also give us some schemes to run in. And so I think that we're at that point now that we're able to take advantage of whatever the defense is given to us. Sometimes they drop 8, sometimes they drop none, and it's man coverage like you're talking about. So I think we're getting more comfortable in just seeing what they're giving us and then taking advantage of it.
We're talking to Par Pitts as we get closer to kickoff with Bolivar. And we talked to Camdenton earlier tonight, Par, and to have that weapon last week, you're able to kick a 41-yard field goal, and even though you're able to answer offensively, it's not, you're not putting up 50 against West Plains, and Lebanon's down the schedule here, and that could be a low-scoring game in theory. That's a real weapon to have at the high school level, a kicker that you feel confident can, 30 yards, let alone 40 yards, and send him out there. Is that just sort of like the cherry on top of an offense this explosive that you've got a kicker like that to rely upon?
Oh, for sure. It's a special situation because you've got, one brother that's holding it, holding the kick, and they got another brother that's snapping it. And then he's got that innate ability to just be able to focus, laser focus, and be able to make those kicks. And, I thought last Friday it was crucial because mentally it put us up in that 2-score range with our lead, and that makes the opposing play callers, look at it a little bit differently. And so that was a huge part, and I could see that being a part of our most challenging games as we go through the season. So he's a weapon, on offense, defense, and in the kicking game.
Shifting gears to tonight, Par, homecoming, Bolivar, and talking to Jeff this week, we look at the scores, and the scores don't necessarily reflect what Bolivar's record has been. I know last year it was a tough game at Bolivar for you guys, as you were able to pull away and win late. What about this particular Bolivar team can present some challenges tonight?
Well, they have defense people extraordinarily well. I think they held really potent Glendale offense to 21 points. They held West Plains down to 16. So we know that they can really implement a game plan. They play hard on defense. So they'll have played our empty set for tonight. So we know they're really solid on defense. What they've done on offense is they play flex bone, triple option team, and so those things kind of can put you to sleep as a defense. They just come and run the dive and the dive and the dive, and then the quarterback is maybe comes free a little bit with the pitch man. So we know that they're going to be methodical on offense. They're not a team that I think they'll throw it 25 times, but they're going to run the football with multiple backs in their flex bone set.
What part, in your estimation, what are the keys for a win against this Bolivar team? Again, back against the home crowd. Still kind of crazy to think it's just the second home game of the year.
Yeah, second home game. It's our homecoming. It's